Today we are going to do a pork tenderloin with a little bit twist, and the twist will be an orange fruit in it. It's going to be delicious. It's few ingredients, literally 5 ingredients, and maybe 2 steps to 3. They look a little bit maybe difficult, but they're so easy. Watch the video, you'll enjoy it, and let's go start the work. Have fun. All right, are we going to ready for the first step of it? Let's start with the first step for our pork tenderloin and oranges. And it's a beautiful piece of meat, and I'm going to go through every step. It's going to take about an hour and a half, an hour to an hour and a half, definitely, to bake it. And I'm going to start our recipe right now with a little bit of oil. And I'm having my gloves, so I have to, it will be a little bit easier than washing today. Just go around like this with the pork tenderloin. It's a beautiful piece of meat, absolutely gorgeous. I'll take one of these off, and now I'm going to have about a teaspoon of salt. Is going to go right on, just like that, on this side. And then let's have a lot of the fresh pepper. I just grinded for you just recently, like about 10 minutes before we started. Look how nice that looks on it already. And I'm going to turn it around, flip it one time, add a little bit more of the salt and pepper on this side. And of course, not too much salt. You can always add when you need it at the end more. So 1 teaspoon on this side. And then at the end, of course, we'll taste and see if we need more. And fresh pepper. It's just to smell the pepper smells good when you start a meal. Good. This is first thing is done, and I'm going to add just 3 carrots. I cut them already for you. Any size you like to cut them, because they will get into a sauce at the end of this cooking of the meat. And then 1 onion is going to go around here. It's a small onion. Cut it the way you like to. It's not that important, because it will take all the flavor from the meat when it's cooking, when it's baked in the oven at 375. So first step, it's all good. 20 minutes goes in the oven, 375, just like that. And in 20 minutes, we are going to add some chicken stock, homemade chicken stock. So let's go in the oven, and we'll come out in 20 minutes. We are back in 20 minutes. We are going to add our chicken stock, and look how nice it's already. You can see a little bit shimmering on the meat. The pork tenderloin looks good already, just a tiny bit cooked. And now I want to have the chicken stock on top of the veggies. And 20 minutes later, we are going to check again, and if we need to, we are going to add a little bit water. We would like to have this veggie pretty much covered, but by the chicken stock with a little bit water. So we are coming back in 20 more minutes, and we are going to work on the oranges and a little bit sauce. So we'll see you in 20 more minutes. 1 hour and a half we need all together. Good, go back. So all together we have 40 minutes, since you can see the bubbles here, very close. The onions are getting soft, and the carrots. It looks like we have enough chicken stock in it, but I'm going to add another half a cup of water and flip the pork tenderloin, so it will get a little bit flavor on the other side. Again, all together is going to be in the oven an hour and a half on 175. So I'm going to put it back 375. Thank you. It's going to be 1.5 hours at 375 altogether. I want these veggies to be nice and soft, because we'll create a nice smooth cream for it, like a sauce. So it's going back in. Let me flip it. And then we are putting a little bit of water. Oh, this looks good. Smells delicious. And any fruit, veggies you put with meat, They're just tasting amazing. Look how nice they got and soft. Yep, goes back in the oven for another 20 minutes. I'm coming back and then we'll do the sauce with some oranges and a little bit, what is that? Sherry, dry sherry. So a little bit more water because I do want the veggies to be really emerge into juice here. So again, we are coming back in 20 minutes. That will be 1 hour altogether, and we'll check the meat then. All right, goes back in. One hour went by. So this is a whole hour. The veggies looks good. The smell is out of this world. I'm going to check on the juice, it's enough. We're going to create that, like I said, a great gravy from this juice. I'm not going to turn the meat one more time. I'm going to put it right back in for another half an hour, and that should be ready. We'll check it. I have ready. So it's going back in, and then I'm going to show you just a second what I'll do with the oranges. With the veggie, we are going to add some oranges, and I'm going to do a orange rind from a whole orange, julienne style. So you're just going to come this way. If you then don't have one of these nice gadgets, then you can just very thin take the skin off from the orange, and you're just going to cut it very thin slices. And I'm going to cook this the skin of the orange for about 5 minutes in 1 cup of water. That's good. And that will go in our sauce. I'm going to then peel 2 oranges, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the oranges when we come back and we are ready to get the meal ready. So this goes, wait, just a second. It's going in the water, and I'm going to cook them here for 5 minutes. I want all that juice to come, very good smell and good taste, and then we'll continue to show you what we do with the other oranges sliced. 5 minutes goes on the stove. 5 minutes went by and we cooked them nice, and we want the water to have all that flavor of the orange here, and I'm going to drain it really nice here. And you know what I'm going to do next will be 2 oranges. I took them segments from the orange, those little slices. So this is done. That's all I'm going to leave it here till the next step at the end. And with the oranges, I slice them and kind of break them a little bit in half, and I'm going to throw them in that wonderful flavor of the orange rind. And I'm just going to blanch them, cook them for about 2 minutes. And I'm going to arrange them around the pork, will give a good taste. And also is going to, when you bite into the pork with the sauce and a little bit of the orange that is blanched in the water for 2 minutes only. And then we drain it and we'll arrange around the meat. We'll come back when my meat is ready in an hour and a half, and we'll have the last step. Nice bubbling here, and it's done. An hour and a half, and look how good it's looking. I'm going to have it on the counter here, and it's the final step we have to do. I'm not so sure how many steps we had on this recipe, but it's pretty easy, and you have a lot of time in between while waiting for this wonderful roast. You have time to read, you have time for TV, talk to the family. I'm going to take the meat and put it on the side, and I'm going to use this everything to make a wonderful gravy. And in order to do the sauce, I have to puree all these nice veggies in the blender. I'm just going to put them right here. Oh, smells so delicious, smells so good. And I'm going to quick blend it. And it's all good. Now I'm going to put it in a pan, and I'm going to give a quick, I warm up the pan here. Looks very good. The smell is out of this world. Absolutely, you have to try this recipe. This is our recipe for this Christmas. It's something new that we like to share with you. We had this in Italy many times and we loved it. You can do it with prunes or any fruits. Today we wanted to try it with the orange. And these are 3 tablespoons of fine dry sherry. Mix it with 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Give it a good swish. And I'm going to put it back on the stove for about 3 minutes to get it nice and a little bit thicker for the sauce. So let me put it on the stove for 3 minutes and we are coming back to finish our pork tenderloin with a little bit oranges. Our pork tenderloin with a little bit of the orange flavoring, it's ready. The sauce is bubbling right here and I'm going to bring it nice and slow here. I cooked all together the sauce that we created for about 3 minutes and that's what I'm going to do with the oranges. And when you have a little bit bite of the pork and a little bit of the fruit, you can do it with plums also, or dry prunes actually. And it's 172. The meat is ready in an hour and a half. They're not huge pieces, so if you have huge pieces, leave it a little bit longer. And I can drop a couple of the orange rinds in the sauce, give it a mix, and now we are going to pour all this sauce over the pork. Ah, the smell is delicious. And the smell of the sauce, I had a little bit on the taste, like, delicious. I'm going to finish. The sherry gave a very good touch on the finishing. And absolutely, you have to try it. Let me put a couple more of the rinds. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of the pepper again. The rest, it's all good. Just tiny bit of the pepper. It's always perfect. And my snowman, my cooking snowman, he's helping sometime. Look at that. He's going to say Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful end of the year with family and friends. And ho, ho, ho. And we'll see you next time. Mangia, mangia.